For your information, I'm pretty sure I was drunk last night, so yeah, my editing and my general recording might be absolute fucking garbage. Whatever. Fellas, today it is time to finally show you that OBS actually does work on Windows XP, and I'm not talking about any kind of version, I'm talking about version 18.0.1. A version from 2017, so it's quite recent, and I'm pretty sure you can even use much more recent versions. As an example, I have version 22.0.1 downloaded here in a folder. However, I'm not going to use this as I'm currently using the installer version of 18.0.2, one version above the one that I listed. And I've figured out how you can actually record audio. Now, many people already face another issue, and that is, well, the first issue is getting OBS to even run. And for that I say that you need one core API. I'm gonna link that in the description. It's a community project to basically backport compatibility from much more recent Windows versions over to Windows XP. In my case that's XP 64-bit, and it's basically a tool that there's a 50-50 chance your device will break, and can actually go over to my version of one core API real quick, which is somewhere in the Windows updates list. So as you can see, I also have all Redistributables of Visual C++ installed, at least the ones that I could install. We have versions from 2005 all the way to 2019. And that's also a dependency of OBS Studio. Basically, the one I'm using right now requires at least version 2017, I think. And I recently upgraded to version 2015 to 2019, which there are websites you can get this from safely. Just look through the internet, you'll find one eventually. Anyway, just scroll down in the list here. It should be somewhere. There it is, one core API pack, installed it on the 13th of March 2025, aka about 9 months ago, and with a quick cut I can actually show you which version this is. Now, I will do another cut real quick because it will probably take me quite a while to find it. Something has happened. Alright, so this seems to be the version I'm using, version 4.0.1. It released on March 2nd of this year, and I haven't upgraded it since, for various reasons. I actually tried upgrading my version today, but gave me an install error, so I had to reach out to System Restore and use the restore point I've created just before installing it. And so practically my decision was fairly given that I can't upgrade it anyway at the moment. However, you can just download this right here. The 64 and 32-bit versions are included in the same zip file compared to the more recent versions where the 64 and 32-bit versions are separate. Just download that and make sure to have a lot of updates installed. For that I recommend you install Legacy Update, which is this right here. It's basically a community-driven fix for the Windows Update service, which has been discontinued on XP long ago. It's a very nice program that you can use to basically upgrade the functionality of your system by installing various updates that you may need for certain programs, including one core API, because if you don't install these updates then you might as well ruin your entire install, and so just make sure you have that installed. Alright, now getting back to the important portion of this video. So I'm gonna go over to OBS real quick, and we're gonna have the infinite loop right here. Also, this is my Discord server link, but it's dead at the moment because I removed every invite link I had for security reasons. And basically, we're gonna go to settings real quick. So as you can see, audio is disabled, and the audio monitoring device is set to default, so you have basically no fucking option to record any audio by default. However, I found out today, after trying for 5 hours at midnight, I was awake until 4:30 AM, trying anything I could with DLL files and whatever type of shit you can use for this. Nothing worked, by the way, so I had to revert to the very beginning. However, after I've made my coffee today, I have figured out that if I connect my ancient webcam up there, which literally has a crack in the lens, you can see that there, I was able to include a custom audio recording device, and you can actually go to it right here. Just go to video capture device, go to its properties. Right here you can see me. Hello there. I know the frame rate is ass, but if you just scroll down here, you can select use custom audio device. There is my microphone, my iMi 2500 or whatever it's called. It's like cheap ass microphone. That sucks, but it works. And it's basically my default recording device for all this shit. And I wasn't able to select it before. However, with this option in the video capture device, I was able to make it work. And if you just go down here, you can also see Realtek HD audio input. Fine. And we also have an audio output mode. So if I wanted to, I could actually also record my desktop audio without a problem. Now, I don't have that set just now, but I can set that for further videos. So that's basically how you enable sound in OBS on Windows XP. And yes, I am running on a real hardware machine. And the good thing about using such a modern OBS version is that you can actually go to this tab right here and you can select stream. I could literally go ahead and select YouTube/YouTube Gaming, enter my stream key, and I could live stream from this operating system. One more thing I did want to say, that in your advanced video settings and renderer you should enable OpenGL instead of DirectX, because DirectX isn't going to capture any video on XP. And that's pretty goddamn insane. Now, just to quickly prove my point right here, I'm gonna enter WinVer into the run prompt, and as you can see, we're running Windows XP Professional 64-bit edition. And yes, this is also the same exact PC and same exact install that I've already made my tutorial on how to run Minecraft 1.21. The launcher is right here, HMCL. And yes, it still works, by the way. Perfectly fine. And, now the confusing thing is, at least to me, we have like an ancient version of Audacity right here. It's some kind of 1 point something version. And now usually, I think the minimum version for Windows XP is 2.6 or 2.3.6 or something. And now that didn't work for me. And since I need such an old version to record my audio, I was kind of confused. Yeah, but why does OBS now record my audio? And, but hey, at least it works, so I don't have to go ahead and splice my audio and video recordings together in post-production editing. And so I can just record it straight from OBS. And I don't have to use Camtasia Studio, which I used before for one single video, and the first video I recorded on this operating system I recorded with Quick Screen Recorder, which is basically just some kind of 1990s software that barely has any functionality to it, and that breaks like half of the time. And not even your settings save, so that's kind of a problem, I guess. However, since OBS now seems to work perfectly fine, that means I can actually go ahead and record further Minecraft videos from Windows XP. And now I don't know if this works on a 32-bit version of Windows XP, but considering it has significantly more support by one-core API than the 64-bit version, I'd imagine it should. So just use the 32-bit version of OBS and try the same thing, I guess. Now if you don't have a webcam or something like that, I think it doesn't matter if you have it connected or not. I think as long as you have a video capture device listed in your sources, you can still select a custom audio input and output, so it should still work even if you don't have a webcam, but I'm just gonna use this as my example right here. And I know I've been yapping for quite a long time now, and I'm probably gonna bore a lot of the viewers, but fair point given, I don't really care. This was just another quick tech demonstration, just as I've done with Minecraft, and who knows, maybe in the future I'm gonna try to get something like Discord and DaVinci Resolve to run. Now, people have gotten Discord to run, I think. But at least it says that in the latest one-core API logs, in the update logs, that apparently some kind of version of Discord works. However, it does say that version 3.09 apparently crashes, and so I'd expect that the version I have on Windows 7, which I can maybe put on screen right now because I have no idea what the version number is, might run. But for that I would have to install .NET 4.5 again, and I'm kind of worried about possible instability because it was never meant to be run on Windows XP, and so since my visual redistributable is already pushing the limits on what I can install, I'm probably not gonna do that, as I can just access Discord from my web browser. As you have seen in the beginning of the video, I had MyPa open with a Discord DM. Works perfectly fine. You can just use the browser version. It's pretty much even better than the Windows 7 version. And now apparently the latest one-core API version can also run Steam, but I don't really mind. I don't need to run Steam on here. I have it on both of my other operating systems on the same PC, so don't really care. But yeah, that's that for now. So thanks for watching, I guess, if you did at least. And yeah. Shut your fucking mouth if you think that OBS doesn't work on Windows XP, and don't even try to make it clear to people that, oh, it doesn't work. I do not give up on this shit, and I've made it work. So whatever you say, it does work. Let people have their fun. Okay? Alright, see ya.